Hi guys, I am so excited to finally be resuming new releases this week. We are starting off kind of small with just a couple of foil bundle exclusives. I just really needed to get these themes out. I don't think it's super necessary to have these as collections right now, but if you want to request any sheets from collections that are not typically included along with the foil bundle exclusives, go ahead, such as like the Dangles and Swoops sheets. Just other sheets that are not typically included in these. If you would like them, go ahead and let me know. But right now, hopefully this will hold you guys over and give you something for these themes. So the first one I have is the Grad foil bundle exclusive. I needed to get something graduation out. I didn't think necessarily that it needed like an entire collection. There's not even that many grad kits out there, to be honest. Plus I also have an entire back to school collection that has a lot of school related foil in it already, so if you need more you can kind of mix and match between these two. Even just like grab this and then grab some add-ons or like the deco sheet and dividers, whatever, from the back to school collection. You can kind of have that option. But I definitely did want to have something, and I know it's a little bit late in the season for grad foil, but this can be used year after year, and if you are still back planning for the past like month or so, then this will be a good thing to have for that. So this is the grad foil bundle. We have the first page, which has all the full box overlays. So here is kind of the confetti design. We have a lot of little stars in there. We have our diploma, our award, and then some graduation caps. And then, yeah, I mainly use stars as the deco, stars and regular confetti dots. So we have two of the full corner design, and then we have two medium 4 corner, two medium 2 corner, and then the double box scene. That's another one where I understand that a lot of kits these days have more than one double box scene, and if you get just the foil bundle exclusive, you'll only have one overlay for that, which is why I suggest you head on over to the basics collection if you need an extra one, because you can pick up a bunch of just plain confetti ones there that you can just easily throw in, and if you want to like zhuzh them up with some deco from the deco page to like make them actually look like themed overlays, that is always an option to you. So that's something I definitely recommend for that if you need more. But there is one included on this page. And then for the underlays, since the foil bundle reformat, the most recent one, well, not the most recent as of like real life, but as of releases, the most recent one does not include any extra overlays. So there is only one design for each foil bundle exclusive now. And again, if you need extras, I would suggest just heading over to the basics collection, just pick up some confetti ones. But for the themed ones here, we just have alternating graduation caps and stars. A very nice pattern that will kind of cover the whole space, but is not too busy. Kind of simple. And then this page, since the reformat now has, we still have all the same headers. So we have some confetti headers, we have the stars and grad caps, and then we have just the diplomas. So we have 9, 9, and 8 for a total of 26. And then there are 2 quotes on this page now. They are included in the main bundle. We have glad to be a grad with a little grad cap on the D, which is super cute. And then we have class of 2023 up the side. Of course, if you're going to save this for a future year, you don't have to use that one, or you can wait until next year when I will update it with the current year. Or if you're like, I don't know, marking a child's graduation from like 5th grade to 6th grade, for instance, which is what my kid is doing. She doesn't have like an actual graduation ceremony, but if you have something like that where it wouldn't necessarily be like a class of situation, then you can just like choose to omit that. And then we have some deco. So we have our little tiny cluster deco up here, tiny deco, and then it gets progressively larger. And then we have this overlay that can kind of go over a full box in the corner if you want to use it that way. Technically any of this can go over anything, but like that's kind of how I would use like that larger piece of deco. And then the bottom washi page, we have our bottom washi design. I kind of wanted to do this like star confetti going in this like wavy pattern. I thought that would be really cute considering I had pretty limited like designs in terms of like the icons used for this foil bundle. I just kind of had to be a little bit creative with like the arrangement. Then we have the confetti as usual, flag overlays, weekend banner, date dots, excuse that black spot, that will not be in any final versions being sent out. We have tiny bows, tiny deco, and some dividers. And then the add-on page, I forget when this particular format debuted. This might be the actual debut of this format, but this is going to be like the final format for the add-on page going forward, at least. You know, it may change in the future, but I feel pretty solid about this one. I wanted to have all 4 of the boxes on the left side instead of just across the top. I thought that was kind of a bit odd. So yeah, I wanted to have them all on the left. So we have our 2 full box overlays, like the fun ones. So this one is just a little graduation scene where they're all throwing their caps in the air. And then this one is the border one with the person holding the diploma. And then we have some medium 3-corner confettis as well. And then at the top here, I decided to just put some swoops. And then we have the corners sheet. This is like the entirety of what you would get in the corners sheet. And then we have a full set of hole reinforcers as well. So yeah, that is the add-on page. I really do like this format. I think I will be sticking with this for quite a while. And in addition to the actual bundle, I typically always try to include the tall box overlays and big box overlays as well, because if like a lot of kits include at least one or the other of these days, and if you're using one of those kits, I don't want you to be like completely left out or have to scramble for other options to like stay on the theme. So excuse the cutting on this. My number 5 was having a rough day, but here we have the tall box overlays. The tall one that is typically like SPC size, Apple Blossom Prints, I think Pink Diamond Planico, Caress Press, the most common one. This one has been increased 1 millimeter in height because I noticed on the SPC boxes it was a little bit short. So it has been increased 1 millimeter. I haven't had a chance to test it over any tall boxes yet, but at the first chance I will be doing that and we'll kind of adjust as needed. But if you are using it over any that are like 1 millimeter shorter or 2 even, you can always just trim it as needed or just kind of leave it hanging over a little bit. I'd rather it be a little bit long than a little bit too short because that was like really bugging me. And I think that's the newest SPC tall boxes that are a little bit bigger. I think maybe the older ones are like this, or like the older size of this, but either way, hopefully this will work a little bit better. And the left ones, which are for glam planner size tall boxes, are the same. As usual, there are also flag overlays on the sheet. And then the big box. In collections these days, usually there's 2 designs of big boxes, but for the FBEs, I just do 1, which is just the confetti. So it's just a standard like 4-corner confetti and flags on the bottom. So that is everything for Grad. I did do this in light gold because I think for a lot of Grad kits, I feel like gold is definitely one of the most common foil choices. And then the next FBE I'm going to be releasing this week is the Swamp Foil Bundle Exclusive. This is Shrek themed. This was inspired by and requested for the Swamp kit. I think it's called like In the Swamp or something. I just purchased it. I should know this. From Litter Designs. It was requested by one of my closest planner friends, Elisa, to go along with that. So I just had to do that as well. Lynn did do some themed foil to match, but she only did like a few sheets, not like a whole bundle or anything. So I just kind of filled in the gaps with that by providing that bundle. You can of course grab some of her foil and my foil and use both, mix and match, use whatever you want. But I did want to provide more of an option, especially because there are at least 2 Shrek kits out there now. One of them is the Murdoch Talks kit from a while ago. And then now there's this one from Litter Designs, and there may be more in the future. There also may be more that I don't necessarily know about either. If you know of any more, let me know down below. But I have like both of the ones that I mentioned. So definitely wanted to do something Shrek related, and I did this in lime green. I feel like this would probably match the Litter Designs one the best. And I did also kind of like designed this to go with that one specifically, so I will kind of point out what I'm talking about as we get into it. But here is the first page with the full confetti, medium 4-corner, medium 2-corner, and double box scene. So I'll kind of show you what we got here. We have, I couldn't find like an exact version of Fiona's tiara that I could like transform into an icon. So I just have like a kind of generic tiara that looks very slightly like hers. We have Gingy and his lollipop up there. And then we have the little Shrek hat and the little S with the ears. So those are the kind of main icons I could use. And then for the underlays, I used some swamp vines. I don't know what it is about vines, but they just make such a fun pattern in my opinion. So had to do the vines for the underlays, and they're pretty full color as well. So full cover, I guess, so you can definitely see them behind some of the boxes. And then for this page, we have our header overlays. So we have the confetti ones. This one I was kind of at a loss for what to do for this one, so I went to my dividers sheet and just grabbed a fun divider design and then put the Shrek S in the middle. I think it's kind of fun to like pull from different basic stuff that I have whenever I kind of need ideas for the themed stuff. So yeah, I think that's actually kind of a really cool header design that I haven't really seen elsewhere. So there's that, and then this one is the two versions of Shrek. One of them is where he's like running, and then one of them is where he's like trying to scare off somebody. And then for the quotes, I did ask Elisa for what quotes she wanted, and these were kind of the two that were not already on the Linear Designs quotes sheets. So we have "What are you doing in my swamp?" and then we have "Blue flower, red thorns," and I did a kind of fun border aesthetic with that. This is like kind of loosely based on one of the custom quotes options that I have in that listing, although I only have the quote available on either top or bottom, but if you just ask me, I can probably find a way to do it like this. Just let me know what you are looking for. And then we have the deco. So we have some tiny deco, and then again it gets larger. I included a lot more larger deco than the smaller ones, just because there were a lot of characters I wanted to use. So we have again, we have Shrek, Fiona, Shrek and Donkey, the dragon, Gingy, Puss in Boots, Pinocchio, Farquaad, another version of Gingy, and then one of Shrek's children. Super cute. And then for the bottom washi, I did include pretty much all of those characters, plus some more. So we also have this version of Donkey. We have all three of Shrek's kids. We have Prince Charming. And yeah, basically everybody else I already mentioned. And then we have the confetti. And then everything else that is standard to this sheet. And then for the add-ons, so I omitted the medium 3-corner because, again, I was kind of thinking about what was actually in the kit, the Linear Designs kit, which I hope she likes it. I really like Lynn, and I want our stuff to collab sometimes, so I hope this works out. But I mean, I personally can't wait to use this with that kit. Like, I need to print that out for myself. I'm like so excited about it now. But let's see, we have one quote that she actually did, but I just wanted to do a version of that like how I do, kind of at the bottom, because I think there were quite a few character boxes, and I like to do the quotes at the bottom of those character boxes. So I did kind of my own version of the ogres are like onions quote, and then we have the border with like Shrek like running at you. And then I did include another double box scene because there are two in the Linear Designs kit. So we have this one, which I think that was for like the double box scene of the interior of Shrek's house, if I remember correctly. I think that's what that was. But then the one on the main page, which was like the outside of like Shrek's little house area, I really wanted to do this one specifically because I thought it'd be really fun to have like the vines hanging above that to kind of like frame it, and then just have Shrek and Fiona like actually there in the little corner, like, you know, standing in front of their land and everything. I thought that would be really cute. So this is specifically meant to go with that double box scene, but again, you can do whatever you want. You can split these up and use them individually, or you can like switch the two double box scenes. Just do whatever you want. And then we have the swoops with the little Shrek head. We have all of the corners, and then we have the hole reinforcers. So yeah, I'm really excited about this Shrek bundle. Of course, we have the big box and the tall box overlays, same dimensions as for the Grad one. And again, I think lime green would go really well with that one. I can look at it once I have it printed out, and if I like have anything different, I will probably like put it on Instagram if I have any different recommendations, but I feel like lime green is going to be the vibe, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that is basically the gist of this week's releases. Like I've been hinting at, I might do some like basic stuff in addition. I have some ideas for like some custom stuff that I want to do. I'm probably just going to go ahead and do the things I'm thinking of, so I'm going to say them right now just so you guys kind of like have it all in one place. But I do want to release custom bottom washi overlays, like to do like a quote, custom quote bottom washi overlays. And then similarly along those lines, I want to do custom text headers. I did do text headers for myself personally for my shop anniversary spread. So like I know they can be done. I just need to figure out like what the character limit on that would be, but it is possible. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and probably offer those two options in the basics collection as well. So keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be releasing tentacle underlays. I forgot to print them out for whatever reason, but Rosie requested tentacle underlays to go with like Ursula kits, which definitely exist. I have a few. Little Mermaid kits in general, or even like aquarium kits. Like there's been some aquarium art recently from Clip Art Kits. The artist is Nella, and I am obsessed with her. I think we're all obsessed with her at this point, but she's just been releasing hit after hit, and one of those was an aquarium art set, which I definitely need. So it can work well with that, and there's a whole bunch of like other stuff, just like Disney villain kits in general. Like I have a couple of those from various shops, and even Pirates of the Caribbean kits, because you know tentacles equals the Kraken and all that. So you can be kind of creative with those. So those are going to be available in the shop as well. And I know you guys are usually used to seeing mock spreads with these new release videos, but I am going to kind of put a halt to that because they do take forever, and I feel like there kind of really isn't a point to them. Because like the stuff in my collections is pretty much the same week after week. You can pretty easily visualize like how it's gonna work, and they're gonna look different on different kits anyways, like depending, because like you know you can use this overlay over like a really busy full box and you won't be able to see it, but if you want to use a kit that like doesn't really have a lot of stuff around the edges, like there's a lot of like art out there where like people don't put stuff around the edges so that you can use an overlay, so that's gonna look different. So I don't know, I feel like it's totally subjective, and also it's just kind of hard to see the foil on like a mock spread in the end anyways. What a lot of foil shops do is they'll just like lay it out on like a blank planner page. They'll just lay out everything in their collection, but it's kind of silly to just lay all this stuff out with it not being on a kit, but it's also kind of silly to lay it out on a kit. I did receive a couple comments of people who liked them, saying that they mostly liked the underlays, being able to see how the underlays look when they're like covered up with boxes and labels. So going forward for actual collections, not just FBEs, I am going to show you that for each underlay, how they look all covered up, so you can kind of visualize that. I didn't do it for these because there's only one underlay option, so it's not like you have to choose between A, B, C, and D. Like there's just one, so it's going to be the one you get. But yeah, going forward, I think I will print out just the underlays and give you guys a comparison of that. That's going to be a lot easier. Plus, I don't have to get specific kits at all for that. So it's going to save me time and money and be able to streamline this new release process and allow me to get stuff out to you on a more regular basis, so I don't get like burned out. I don't have to take a really long hiatus. I don't get overloaded with work and get behind on releases. So yeah, finding ways to streamline my process is going to really help me. So I would be really happy to have you guys understanding with me on that matter. So that is it for this video. If I get this up on time, these releases will be going live tomorrow, Friday, June 9th, I believe. So yeah, whenever this video goes up, these will be available at midnight PST on June 9th, Friday. So I'm very excited to see what you guys think of these sets, and Looking forward to next week. We will be having the dinosaur reformat, which I'm very excited about because we just finished the Jurassic Park main trilogy. We're going to watch Jurassic World again, and we're going to watch Jurassic World 2, which I don't think I've seen. Or maybe I did. I don't think I've seen Dominion. I don't know if that's 2 or 3. I honestly don't know anything anymore. I'm pretty sure there's one that I haven't seen, and it's Dominion. So whatever one that is, that's the one I haven't seen. But we're watching Jurassic Park, so I'm very excited about dinosaur stuff right now. As a matter of fact, I'm actually planning on using it for like last week in real life in my own planner. So that might go up before the collection goes up, which would be really hilarious. But anyway, that's next week. And then after that, we have the beach reformat, and then we have the firework reformat. So those actually have not been in shop for a very long time. So those are going to be very exciting to re-release for this season. And then after that, I think we'll be going into some newer collections instead of just reformats. But the reformats definitely needed to happen. It was about time for those. So you can look forward to all that. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be wonderful. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.